Okay, excellent. Thank you, Lee. So welcome everyone this evening to training.
Good evening. How are you?
What's up, Lee? Can you hear me, Lee?
Nothing. I've never said a word.
Yeah.
Yes, we can hear loud and clear. Alex has just joined us.
I think there was a delay at my end.
Hi, Alex. Hi. Okay, mate.
Okay, sorry guys. So as I was saying, so this evening we are going to give you all the updates that we have so far. As you know, every week, sometimes by the day, we're getting more and more updates from Alex and the community. So we're going to give you an update on everything, but I want to revisit and go over what we discussed last week because that recording wasn't kept. So for a lot of people, people are still a little bit in the dark. So for legacy people, what I mean by legacy, this is predominantly for people who started their Ultima journey when it was PLC, PLCU, which turned to Classic, and PLCUX. So this is for everybody who's been swapping their old coins into the smart coin on the PLC swapping platform. So for those of you who've been doing that, there is now a next change, another change that has come a year later. And what Alex has been doing over the past 8 months, many of us here in this group are involved in the next project he got us involved in, which was called the DeFi-U. And this is in essence liquidity pools. And liquidity pools are basically a pool of funds which are, so the community put the funds into the pool, and then dependent on how many splits, they call them, which is basically a share, how many shares you have of that pool determines how much you're rewarded every day for a lifetime. Okay, so this is a pool that will last into 100 years, 200 years, okay? So people are making daily cash flow, in essence, forever, okay? This is the theory of this blockchain and these smart contracts. Now, where do you all come into that as legacy holders of the old coins? Well, what Alex is going to be doing in the next few days, he is going to be reopening the PLC swapping platform. So many of you have a balance in the orange box, and he's going to give you 3 options of what you can do with that balance. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm actually just going to quickly log into my one, and just so that you can visualize what I'm actually talking about. So let me just share my screen. Oh, Lee, could you let me share my?
Yeah, I've just seen that. Sorry, Joanna. I'll put it on security. Yeah, that's right. Done now. Sorry.
Where are we?
We're just getting my back office ready as well in case you need anything
there you go.
else.
Can you see my screen, yeah? Okay,
absolutely,
so I'm just going to log into this. So everybody who's been swapping their coins into PLC swapping, you should be able to go to plcswapping.com. This is logging me into Platinum Pass. This is the old system, everybody, the Smart Pass. So let's have a look. So I just got to find my code. So as you can see, I currently have all of these smart coins which have accumulated in my smart balance. Okay, now a while ago we were able to release, I think it was about 10% a day of these smart coins to the exchange or to your smart wallet. Now what he's done, he closed this quite a few weeks ago now, I think it's over a month now, and he will be reopening it very, very soon in the next few days. So you need to all look out for that message when that comes out in the groups. But basically, in essence, there are 3 options that you will have. The first option is I could pay out the whole amount of these coins. So I could say pay out max, and I could send it either to my Mexi wallet. Mexi.com is where we are buying and selling Smart and Ultima these days. So I could send it there and I could sell it if I wanted to. I wouldn't bother doing that because the price of the coin is at 0.0026 at the moment. But I could if I wanted to just sell it. Yeah. Or I could send it to my smart wallet. So for those of you who are legacy customers, some of you may or may not have the smart wallet or smart wallet. There you go. It looks like this. There's the smart wallet. That's our very own company's smart wallet, which is linked to our blockchain. And if I wanted, I could actually send it to my smart balance here. Okay, so you can see I already have 101,000 smart coins in here, but I could send all of those here if I wanted. That's option one. Okay, option one, send it to Mexi and sell it. Option two, send it to your smart wallet. And the reason I would send it to my smart wallet is because I need the smart coin for transaction fees. But then we come on to the third option. And this is where, for those of you who've not been involved in the last 8 months, this will all be new to you. The third option is that you could actually send your smart coin into what's called a liquidity pool. And the liquidity pools, you'll have two options. One option is to send it to, here we go, let me just open my whiteboard. One option is to send it to what's called, oh, there we go. Sorry, it's taking a while to load. Right, so the first option would be to send it to what's called the smart pool. And in effect, what we're doing here is we are staking the smart coin. Bear with me.
Sorry, I'll mute them all again, and then you open up, Joanna, please, because new people have joined. You'll need to open your mic again, please. I've muted everybody else.
Sorry about that, guys. I just had an interruption there. Sorry, Lee, what were you saying?
I was just saying I'll mute everybody else again and just open your mic up. It's all done. All done.
Right, so you have the option to send it into the smart pool. Now, the smart pool, in effect, is staking the smart coin. We're going to go, Lee is going to update us with what this staking actually means, okay? We've got some information around staking. There is a video that came out today from Igor, and Igor actually has done a YouTube about staking and what it means, okay? So I'm not going into the detail right now, but in essence, if you put your smart coins into this smart pool, it's going to give you smart coins every day from that liquidity pool. The second option is that you could send your smart coins to the royal pool. And if you do this, instead, you will receive Ultima token daily rewards. Now, the Ultima token is actually the utility coin, which started last March. And the Ultima token is what's being used in the whole ecosystem. So for the debit card, the price of the coin at the moment is around $3,700, I think, at the moment today. This fluctuates. I think the other day it was at about $4,500 just 2 days ago. So it does fluctuate and goes up and down. So you might decide, I want a bit of both, because you will always need smart coin in order to do transactions in Ultima. So, for example, my strategy is likely to be something like stake 25% of my smart coins, and then I'll probably put 75% of my balance into the royal pool and convert that into Ultima token for every day in the future. Okay, but everyone will need to decide what their strategy is. We don't have any figures or calculations at this stage, and the reason for that is because these pools haven't yet started. We don't know at the moment how many tokens are in the pool. We'll know that on day one when it's launched, and at the moment we don't know how many splits are in the pool. So let me explain it to you like this. There are two parameters that will determine the value of your daily rewards. Two things. The first thing that's going to determine that is price of the coin, and the second thing will be the total number of splits in the pool. Now, the number of splits in the pool will increase over time. So as we have more splits in the pool, the value of your daily rewards will reduce over time. However, if the price of the coin goes up, then the value of your splits also go up. So there are two things that are being balanced here all the time. That's as much as I can tell you in terms of the options. So in a few days' time, once he has reopened the PLC swapping platform, I imagine at that point, Lee, what were the dates we were given? We had some dates last week, didn't we? So first,
there's been a couple of updates today as well.
Okay, do you want to give us some updates on dates then, Lee?
Yeah, well, obviously the smart pool was going to start on the 1st of June, which is obviously 2 days away. There was a message I posted from Alex today on the group, who was basically saying that might be delayed a couple of days. Then we've got, obviously, in the 1st of July, we've got the other pool, but we really don't know exactly what's happening with them. So hopefully we will have the both pools running by next week. That's what he's basically saying.
Right. So not 1st of July. Then.
Yeah. Well, when you think of it, it was the smart pool anyway, and the smart pool's already running, isn't it?
Oh, was it smart pool?
Yeah. Apart from the fact that you obviously can't take your smart out of the back office at the moment. So we're hoping to get that in the next week as well. So everything, because obviously the smart pool is running. That's what we're explaining now, which is on the smart wallet, which I'll show in a bit.
Okay.
So the smart pool is actually running now. So you can put normal smart in that you pay for, but the 10-cent smart that everybody will have from the back office hopefully will be next week now.
So basically that's one other good point actually, which I missed, which is that if you move your smart into either of the pools, into either pool, they will be valued at 10 cents. However, if you send them to Mexi to sell them, they are only worth the price they're worth on the exchange right now, which is 0.0026. So they're not even worth 1 cent.
And we expect a lot of people to sell. That price will go down. No doubt about it.
Now, one of the strategies about staking, and the reason why Alex is doing this, is because when we stake the coin and when we put them into these pools, what we're doing in effect is we're taking the smart coin off the market, off the open market, off the exchange. So they're being frozen, which means it will reduce the supply and the amount of smart coin on the market, which in theory, his hope will then drive the price of the smart coin further up. Now, after this window, he mentioned last week, I don't know if this is still the case, Lee, or this has changed, but he mentioned last week that there would be a 2-week window for people to opt whether they're going to, I think just a 2-week window if you choose to sell it and put it on Mexi. After the 2-week window, then
you stake it, yes.
You can only stake it or put it in the royal pool. Okay, so there's only 2 weeks that people can actually withdraw the
then they're frozen out them making profit for you.
Yeah. Now, then what he'll do is, let's just go back to PLC swapping quickly. What he will do after that window is here, obviously, you still have your smart contracts that are due to release more smart coin over the next 3 to 5 years, depending which coins and which swap you chose. So what will happen is this balance, once you've decided what to do with it, it will be frozen. The balance, will continue to accrue over the next year, but we will not be able to withdraw from here for up to a year. And in a year's time, then he will decide what's next and whether we can withdraw the full amount or what will be happening in a year. But I'm under the impression, Lee, that even after he closes this, he's only closing it so you can't withdraw it to Mexi, to exchanges, right? So
not sure.
Yeah. Again, we're going to have to wait and see, guys, because my understanding was we would still be able to use our accrued smart over the year to put into the royal pool or the smart pool. But to be honest with you, I'm not entirely sure. So we're going to have to wait and see. And I'm sure in the next couple of days, once he opens the pools and he reopens PLC swapping, we'll know more and we'll have more concrete information around that. But basically, in the next few days, there are some decisions to be made. The other decision you could do is do nothing and just leave it there.
Oops. Hi, Joanna. Can you hear me?
Hi, Mariam.
Yeah. I think he's not going to let anything off the platform for after the 2-week period. That was how I understood it.
Yeah. Yeah, so I'm not sure, Mariam. So
I need to get it confirmed, because when you said that, I thought that doesn't fit like with what.
Well, you won't want, because when you think about it, you won't want smart being released because he wants the smart price to increase and people buy it off the market that's already there. If he does this and let you have it every month again, obviously that's putting it on the market. People will sell it, they will. So I don't think he'll do that either, to be honest with you.
Yeah,
no, I'm sure it was that if you missed the 2-week window, you'd wait a year for whatever's on the dashboard.
I was under the impression that you could still put it into the Royal Pool or the Smart Pool.
Yeah, get the 10. That's what we get, the 10 cents thing. I don't know.
Oh, you can still put in both pools, Joanna. I'm just on about the the monthly rewards that you would still get in the smart swapping.
I understand that 100%. What I'm saying is that will still accrue, so you're still going to get smart. But it's the question is. This is the question which I'm not entirely sure about. My understanding was we have a 2-week window where people can take it, the full balance, and go put it on Mexi and sell it if they want to. After that 2-week window, it was my impression that still you can still send it, not to Mexi though, you can only do 2 things with it, and that's put it into the Royal Pool or the Smart Pool. That's where my query is. I don't know how he's going to manage that, because how is he going to know whether somebody's sending it to Mexi or somebody's sending it to the Smart, the Royal Pool? So,
and when you think of it, it just accumulates in your back office, your PLC swapping. It doesn't have do you know what I mean? You can see what comes through, but it just adds to your total volume. So if you've already got volume in, it's just going to add to that. How are you going to see it? Because obviously it's done it after a year.
Yeah, no, my point I'm making is...
He said that after the 2 weeks, you can buy some splits.
Yeah.
By the system, like you buy splits now in the DFIU. This is the same system, but you can withdraw to address. You can only scan it to buy a split.
And
it's going to close it for 1 year or until the end of the year. This is, I'm not sure if it's till the end of the year or for 1 year.
Yeah, so that was my understanding, Shai, like you, exactly the same, okay? So there will be a way that when people want to buy splits, where at the moment people can buy splits using Ultima or say the Unity split at the moment, I imagine he'll just add another one which is Smart, and that will be where you buy it from your PLC swapping platform, and that will be the only way people will be able to get it out of there over the next year after that 2-week window. Yeah, so it has to be used by splits. Okay, so I think that's the way it's going to be. But look, we know, Alex, things change. So let's roll with that for now. And if there's anything else that changes, we will inform everybody. Right, Russ, do you have some questions now? Because obviously you are a legacy customer, so you're going to have probably slightly different questions to everyone else here.
Yeah, and I don't know how personal they are as opposed to of group interest.
Oh, okay.
The fact of the matter is there's lots of stuff that have gone on, I've fallen behind on by choice, because there was a simple option that was given over 5 years, which was low maintenance. So I focused on anything that came out about that. So things like splits and all these other other licenses have passed me by because I wasn't paying attention to them because I've committed to another plan.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of getting an understanding what's going on with these things that are going on. Apart from the fact that I noticed, like some other people, that my balance had gone strange in my wallet. I saw some messages on the group that said this is all fixed now. Then I saw some more that said no, it's not fixed now and it's going to take a few more days. So I still don't know. I don't even know what my old balance was on my wallet. I just know that it's been leveled out on a minimum 5,500.
Right.
But you have to retain that 5,500 as a minimum, and you have to have above that to actually do anything. So if I'm leveled out at that, I'm immobile. I'm still obviously trying to get the smart app and everything, but they're saying that that's going to go live again. And I'm going, right, okay, that's moving out to a certain point. But that's X amount of coin, but I was told I'd have 360,000 coin after 5 years. Now I'm not having any of that. So there's another metamorphosis which people settle in a place. It all goes beyond them. And I'm sitting in a group of people now that have been more involved that are talking things way beyond where I'm at, and I've got a big void. Hence I'm going, I don't know how group relevant the conversation or questions are. Even to the point where there was a message that came out from Alex today, which talked about on the 1st of June, the rewards dropping by 20%, but nobody can even do it, even access their things now to move it across and do it. So the messaging is, to me, here, there and everywhere, because they're saying things are happening, but then some people have had access to these things already. It's going to drop 20% for the people who have been blocked out of their payouts for a month.
Right, okay, so I'm not entirely sure about that message, Russ. What I can show you now, which helps everybody, is this is what...
I can tell you what time it came through this morning.
Sorry?
I can tell you what time it came through this morning because it came
No, I've got it. It's here. I've just not listened to it yet. I've not heard that one yet. Okay. So I'll go back and listen to that. What I want to show you, so what we've all been working on, which unfortunately, see, this is the problem, because like you say, Russ, rightly so, you made a decision based on your strategy a year ago, like many people did, and August last year, and people opted, I'm staying put with what I have, or I'm going to move into DeFi-U. Now, none of us knew, obviously, that he was going to do this further down the line. And what he's done, really, is he's forcing everybody, regardless of whether you've been involved or not, to get involved, in effect, because you've only got two options. Take your money out, sell it at a complete loss on Mexi, or take that smart coin, put it into one of these liquidity pools, and then you stand a better chance of something, right? So just to give you an overview, this is an example of a liquidity pool. Okay, it looks very similar to the farms, very similar. Yeah. The only difference is the farms, we were creating and minting the coin, whereas in the pools, we're not creating anything. What we're doing, we've got a pool, and lots of people in the community are going to put their coins into the pool. And depending on how many coins you've got in the pool compared to everyone else, you basically get a share, which is called these...
Don't go through that in literal terms for just me, Joe, because from somewhere else, I understand the pool principle.
Right, so you understand the pool principle. Okay, fine. Good. Okay, great. So when he was talking about 20%, what he might have been talking... Lee, have you heard his message this morning? Was he talking about the premium?
Yeah, he's on about this. He's on about the 20%.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what he's talking about, Russ, and this will be the same for other pools, like the Royal or the Smart pools. This is just giving you an example. At the moment, when people are buying these splits, they're getting a promotion and they're getting extra. So what he was talking about today is that, you remember how he used to do the promotions for the farms? It's the same thing. Yeah.
So that's people who switched to DeFi or earlier on rather than sit still in the smart coin and the swapping.
No, because this is the premium. No, because this is a different pool. So this is a premium pool that people have to buy into. This is
not open yet.
So sorry. Come here. I'm trying to get one of these, separate them. So this premium pool, Russ, is what community members are buying. You can't swap legacy coins in this one. This is people with fresh money. Now, all of you got legacy, you don't want to spend any more money, right? You just want to use your smart. So this is for people who are buying in this pool. They're getting, let's say, buy €220 split. They're going to get 0.034 of an Ultima in that wallet, and they're going to get a daily reward that comes to them every day based on how much of the share of the pool. So this is just an example. So what he was saying today is that in a few days' time, this 0.034 will reduce by 20%. Okay?
Right.
And that's the promo. Now, for those of you, Russ, who've not been involved in this, you will not be swapping smart coins into this pool. This has got nothing to do with smart. He's going to launch two new pools, the Royal pool and the Smart pool. They'll be brand new, and people like yourself, myself, anyone who's got legacy coins or smart coin, we all have the chance to put them into those pools. Now, those pools, you can't buy into them. You can only swap into, as far as I know at the moment, the intention and purpose of those pools are for this legacy smart coin for us to swap into, okay?
And I'll show you how that works on the smart wallet in a minute, Russ.
Yeah, and then Lee will show everyone how that works, okay? So, yeah, so unfortunately, it is confusing. because Alex is talking about pools that you guys aren't aware of. So, and this is why it's really challenging for us, because we've got to bring everyone else up to a certain level of knowledge now to help you all make a decision.
And that's what I wanted to get, was the distinction of that, because I had a feeling that was the case, but that wasn't coming through, you know, because that voice note comes through in a train of loads of other messages about other things. And like I say, when you've gone, well, I'm staying over here with this, and a lot of things go past you, there's a big knowledge gap.
Yes, exactly. And that's why Lee and I, we do this every Thursday, because, and this is joined, this is legacy customers and the DeFi customers, and we all help each other, because like you say, it gets confusing because Alex is talking about everything new. He's not there bringing people up to speed. We're doing that, and we're trying to help all of our old team come up to speed. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay. So when the time comes, Russ, and we get that announcement that the smart coin or the PLC swapping platform is open again, one thing that Lee and I will be looking at is strategy, because what happens, Russ, is the people who are in the pool first, right at the beginning, get the best benefit. Because as you can imagine...
Is everything thus with these type of things?
Yeah. Now, what he typically does is he'll do a window where people buy into that pool or swap their smart coin into the pool, but he won't start the daily rewards immediately. He might delay that by a couple of weeks to give a lot of people a chance to get into the pool first. Because what he doesn't want is one person taking all 25 tokens from that pool each day because other people haven't got in yet. So the way the pool works, Russ, is that every pool releases 25 Ultima tokens a day, daily.
26.
Yeah. Go on, Shai.
26.
Oh, 26, is it?
Yes, 25.96, something like this.
Oh,
it's
okay.
26.
26. So there you go. So
I was working on 25.
So does that help clear up some questions, Russ?
It started to give it a shape, and I think the way to approach it is step at a time, isn't it? Right? We'll get an announcement that the dashboards are open again. You can transfer it across. Then you want to pay attention to what that equals in there, and then there'll be some information come out, and I'm sure it'll be here. And as you talked about strategy, about where you, excuse the pun, split into the splits or do or don't, right? Exactly. And then about how you reclaim and you can use the rewards.
Yeah, you'll get all of that training.
It changes again.
Yeah, and you'll get all that training from us, Russ, on a Thursday evening, and have these recordings. And before you know it, you'll know it like you knew the farms and everything else. Yeah,
sure.
Yeah. One of those things. So you will learn it as you go. In fact, that's how we've all learned, haven't we, everybody? We've learned as we go, and it's been very much kinesthetic learning, which is learning as you do, especially when there's been lots of changes along the way as well. So, right. So any other questions around that before we move on? And I hand over to Lee.
Yes, Joanna. Joanna, if you swap your coins and it opens up next few days into your smart wallet, I take it you're not going to get 10 cents for each coin, correct?
Correct. You're not getting 10 cents. What it is when you swap your smart into the pool, one smart coin will be worth 10 cents. And that's how it be calculated, how it calculates the amount of split you get for your smart coin. So, for example, let's imagine it's euro. Let's imagine it's dollar to dollar, not euros and dollars. Yeah. So let's imagine it's $220 for one split. So $220 divided by 0.1 is 2,200. So it would cost you 2,200 smart coins to buy that 220 euro split, as an example. I'll just show you here. There we go. Here you go. So this is the light split. So for example, 2,200. So depending on how many smart coins you have, will determine how big the split is that you want to buy. Okay?
Yeah.
But you need to multiply or divide. It's not quite exact because this is euros, and in our swapping platform, it's the equivalent of dollar. Yeah. But you can do, you can do a conversion. But just to give you an idea in a sense of how, I mean, the other way to do it is you can very easily, calculate how much your let me just open it now again, how much your smart coin is worth. Just go back in here. Basically, take the balance and multiply it by 0.1, and that's the value. We'll just move the decimal place one space. Here we go. Yeah, so 178621 multiplied by 0.1. So that's telling me that I have $17,862 worth of smart. Yeah. So I could choose to buy a splits to that value into the royal pool or the smart pool. And I'm probably going to do 25% smart pool, 75% Ultima. Not sure yet. It's very difficult at the moment to sort of judge, or you could do 50-50 or do one pool, not the other. Depends what you want. You will always need smart coin though. Now, Lee, can I just hand over to you now? I have a question for you.
I can add something, Joanna?
Go on, Shai.
Yes. All of you, don't forget, you need to multiply this amount that you calculate in dollar in 1.05 because there is a 5% of freezing fee. So you need to know that you have enough money.
Good point.
So this is one point. And other point for the Israeli people that are here in the group, I just put in the chat my WhatsApp group for all of you. If you want, I translate the presentation of Alex to full Hebrew, and I make a video that I speak and present all the presentation. And if you need some help, I'm here all the time.
Thank you, Shai. Thank you very much. Brilliant. So, Lee, I have a question for you.
Yes.
Now, I might be getting confused, and just like others might be getting confused. Is the smart pool different from the smart staking? Are they two?
I think it's the same thing. I really do. I'll show you what I've done on my smart wallet.
Yeah.
And
that's something that I'm still confused about. We're
exactly.
But I'm thinking, is that not the same, or is that different from, does that mean we're going to get another smart pool as well? Because he's talked about a smart pool and we don't have a smart pool.
Because staking is exactly, I really don't know, but I'll show you how mine's working at the moment. Can you see my smart one there?
Yeah, sorry, before you do that, Lee, just quickly, yeah. Shai, what do you think? Oh, you need to unmute.
It's not about thinking. I know how it works.
Go on, tell us.
So all the blockchain, let's say like Ethereum and like Tron, that have a staking platform.
Yes.
When you make a staking, you get between 4 to 6% ratio of return per year. So if you go, let's say, to your bank, you get for this staking, let's say, 1 to 2% per year. In the Tron or in the Ethereum and in the smart, it's the same. It's around 4 to 6% ratio for your investment per year. But I can tell you that I stake some smart coin, but not for the percentage. I stake him to get an energy and brainwave, only to get all my transaction to be free.
Yeah.
This is the reason.
Okay.
And in the smart pool...
just slow down. Yeah, just slow down a little bit. That's great. That's really great. You're talking about energy and bandwidth, okay? And this is something that Alex has said. If we stake our coin, that means all of our fees when we're claiming our rewards will be free. Yes? Is that right, Shai? That's what I'm
going to show that.
Not all of them. It depends on how much you stake and how much energy and brainwave need to each transaction. Because when the transaction is big amount, the energy and the bandwidth is bigger.
Yes.
So if you have a lot of brainwidth and energy, you can make a lot of transaction per day, and it's going to be free. And
let me show
the
that
1st of August,
Yeah, hang on, Lee. Go on. First of
In
all,
the 1st of August, it's going to be another phase about the staking, that you can even sell your energy and bandwidth to another person to earn some more money.
Okay. Right, so Shai, that's that. But what we are saying, because the question was, is that different from the smart pool? It is, isn't it?
I think it has
in the
to be,
smart pool or in the premium pool, the royal pool, the gold pool, never mind, we get a percentage each day, and the percentage is bigger than the staking.
Right, okay. So there you go, everyone. So we have staking of smart, which has started. We have the smart...
And I'll show you how that works now.
We have the smart pool that's going to launch, and we have the royal pool that's going to launch. There's 3 things, everyone: staking, smart pool, and royal pool. So Lee is going to take it away now. So Lee, can you just now demonstrate to us the smart...
So especially for Russ, Russ now. So these are all my different... in my smart wallet. So these are all mostly your pools. The top 2, the smart, is obviously the transaction. And smart is where you will get from your old legacy coins, smart coins, what's getting paid out. That's what you can do, what we've talked about earlier with. So you can buy Ultima. There's nothing about Ultima at the moment because I withdraw it, take it out, or I compound it. That's how my orange value was so high, because I've just compounded everything. I haven't really took anything out of here. So if I go into the smart first, I'm just going to show what we're talking about there, about freezing, etc. So if I go into this, I've got 3,483 there, so I need to get it up to 5,500. But this is where I froze the other day. So I froze 20,000 in the energy pool and 10,000 in the bandwidth pool. So all I had to do was go into freeze, choose one pool at the top. You can see energy and bandwidth, and then how much smart I'm going to put from my balance into that. It was as simple as that. And then what happened, if you look back at my smart, when I did a transaction yesterday, see the network fee is 0. Network fee, 0. So those would usually charge you, and it would come straight off your smart balance. But because I've staked and put that money in, and Terry was suggesting doing 10,000 of each on his call, but I'm just going to put as much as I can in, to be honest with you, when I do get paid some. So I froze 30,000, but it means that my transaction that I did yesterday, which was just going into my splits and taking the money out. So this Russ is the gold pool. So this is the last pool before this new pool that's coming out. So every pool works like this, okay? So as you can see, I've got 18.75, which I've transferred from Ultima into splits. Those splits pay me every day. So if I go into splitting, this shows me exactly how much I'll get every single day. On a 24-hour basis, then I can claim the reward. So I've got 18 points. So just looking straight down the middle from the left-hand side, I haven't got a point. I wish I did. 18.75 splits I've got. On the right of that, total splits in this pool is 42,665. So I've got 18.75 of those. There's 42,000. Every single day under the 18.75, 25.92 Ultima is paid into this between 42,665 splits, of which I've got 18.75. Underneath that shows me what my reward would be in Ultima. So Ultima is 0.040397, and that's based on what the price is today. So the price of Ultima right now is 3746.97. So that amount of Ultima would mean that my reward is $151.36. That's what I'll get now if I go and claim that money, which I can do. So I'll show you how I do that. So I would just go at the bottom, this claim reward, press that button, accept it there, tells me exactly how much I'm going to get, and that's paid instantly into my Ultima account now. So you can see it's on 0 at the moment. It'll get paid instantly into there. Then I've got an Ultima from the blockchain paid in. So there's the Ultima being paid out. You can see it's come in 0.0447, which is worth right now today $151. And there's the transaction there on the 2011 on the 30th of the 5th. So that's how quick it is to take out on every single pool. So if I went into the red pool, so this is the very first pool that they brought out. So I've got 4 pools at the moment. The red pool, as you can see, I've got 736 red. A little bit of news on the red pool. They're going to come in over the next 2 months, so you can take your splits out of this and put them into something else. That'll be more rewarding. Because as you can see from here, there's 9,788 splits in there, which was far too many. It was a mistake. But that's for lifetime. Still pays 25.92 Ultima. And then if you go down, it shows you exactly how much I get there. So per Ultima, it's only 0.00002, which is like it's 7.6 cents per Ultima. And you've seen in the other pool, it was about $3. So the reward there is only $43.700. So I can take it out now. I can take it out another time. I usually just let it come up a little bit, but I'll take it out now just to show you again how easy it is. So I'm in the other pool, the red pool. Claim reward, confirm, and you'll see my Ultima balance there go up by that $42 or the amount of Ultima I'm getting paid. And there it is there. So there's in my Ultima. If I go into this now, you can see those two transactions I've just done. One at 2012, one at 2011. On the 30th of the 5th, there's all the ones before that I had done. I can do whatever with that Ultima now. So I send it. I won't let it send it because I'm at 5,500, sorry. So I could send it, then I would put a wallet address, send it to XC, sell it, and turn that into money. I could do that quite easily. Or what I usually do is I use it at compound. I'll go in and buy more splits. But I'm not doing that at the moment. I'm actually taking money out. But you can do that. But if I just left that in there as it is, or even left it before I claimed reward and just left it in my back office, making money every single day, what this means is I've got 0.52069 Ultima, which is right now today based on $195. But if that price rises, my value in there rises. So I can just leave it there. I can do what I want with it. We're expecting it to go to whatever Ultima by the end of the year. If it does, brilliant. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But if say that doubled and went up to even just sort of 7-8 grand, 8,000 over the next month or so, that 0.52 Ultima in there will double up to nearly $400. So you can do that. You can leave it.
So Lee, you know the bandwidth and the fees that you just covered for those. Where do you see your balance so you know how much you've got?
In what? Sorry, in your smart?
The bandwidth and the fees that you've just saved, because you bought energy and bandwidth, didn't you? How can you monitor what those levels are?
Yeah, well, it doesn't show you what you've saved. But you can see here, I've just taken that money from my rewards into my back office here. And again, there's the two transactions. It hasn't charged me any smart. So you should, in your smart here, have at least 10,000 in each. So it hasn't taken them down. Look at my energy and my bandwidth. It shows you. I don't know exactly how much I need, but my balance is total is 3,483. Then it shows you how much energy I've got and how much bandwidth I've got. That will increase every day because I get paid on that. But I just know that you've got to put 10,000 in.
Cumulative, so it increases and just builds up. Yeah?
Yes, but obviously takes it off. So if I had did a bigger transaction there, it would have probably charged me smart. Probably. So if I go down to my BSPs, for example.
We just don't know the calculation behind it. That's the challenge. It's a bit, there is a calculation.
So the reward in here, so again, this is another pool, but this is just for commissions when people join you. So I've got 47 splits in here, which there are 28,000. Again, this pool pays out $25.92 Ultima. And as you can see, I'm going to get $783.09. So if I claim that reward and claim that now, again, that'll go straight into my Ultima. Success. So my Ultima balance now from zero before is now $971, or better still, 0.26 Ultima, which can change. I can do what I want with that. I can compound, I can sell it, I can go wherever. And then, as I said, well, I think there's one more. Oh, no, that's it. That's the only pools I've got, because obviously there was a green pool, which is now closed. So that's the only pools I've got. And the other two pools that come in will pay the same amount of Ultima out every day, 25.92. But we don't know how many there. But the royal pool, you can't buy into it, so nobody can come in. So it'll be the old legacy people like yourself who will go in there. And obviously, when the other pool comes out, it'll be smart that goes into that. It'll be that one will be paid in smart for the smart pool. Obviously, the new pool that you guys can all go in who are legacy will be paid in Ultima. Exactly the same way as this. You can go in every day. And then, look, if I go back to my gold splits, and I go into splitting, you can see the clock at the bottom counting down 24 hours. So that's when my next award would be available. You can claim it every day, but that costs you smart, although I'm not paying for it at the moment, so it's no difference to me. Or you can claim it once a week, once a month, whenever. And that'll just keep rolling up behind the scenes and making your balance even bigger. So that'll click down 24 hours, then I could go back in and claim my reward instantly, or I can just leave it in there and let the reward get higher. Any questions from anyone on the smart wallet before I close that bit down?
I want to add a couple of things for the explanation. Please click on the smart coin, Lee. As you see, the last transaction that he pulled out from the BSP, click on it on the details, and you see it's charging a little bit money. Okay, so because maybe you don't have enough maybe energy or bandwidth, or because this is a big amount, so it's charged a little bit something.
Yeah.
And not all of the transaction is for free. When you send money from wallet to wallet, if you have enough, it's going to be free. If you're going to buy some split, or if you withdraw the Ultima, you pay 5% freezing fee, and you pay commission from the smart. 2 commission. The 5% from the Ultima is always going to be charged. With the smart fee, if you have enough bandwidth or energy, it's maybe going to be free, or maybe a little bit charge.
So that's charged me $7, just over $7 there to do that transaction.
And last thing, for the transaction and for the withdrawal from the splitting and everything, the energy, you need more energy than the bandwidth. So you need to freeze, let's say 70% on energy, 30% on bandwidth. This is some kind of the ratio, what you need more than what you need less.
Brilliant. That's brilliant, Shai. That's really helpful for everyone to understand that. So, okay, so let's try that then. 70% bandwidth, 70% energy, 30% bandwidth.
Yes. And as you see now, and other things, as you see now in the energy, you have left 40. Please click on the, click on the coin to see
I was just saying if that charge, was either energy or bandwidth. Doesn't tell you, does it?
No, it doesn't tell you.
No, go back to the freezing, and you see that you have left in the energy only 40.
Right.
So you don't have enough energy. This is the reason that you pay 260 something fee about the withdrawal of the PSP. Okay, and last thing, as you see here, the numbers in the energy or in the bandwidth, let's say the energy you have 177 something energy and 5 million something bandwidth. Each day, each 24 hours, it's clear, and it's you go back, you get back all the energy and all the bandwidth. It's renew each 24 hours.
It's reset. So
reset, yes.
Perfect.
To what it would be worth for 20,000 energy and 10,000 bandwidth in my example.
The same, the 177 and the 5 million something.
Brilliant.
So actually Shai's theory is right, because if you look at this, Lee.
Well, I've only got 14 of 177, haven't I?
Energy is practically spent, but you've got loads of bandwidth.
Hardly any bandwidth, yes.
The 75-25% or 70-30 may be the right ratio. Okay.
That's brilliant, Shai. That makes absolute sense.
Yeah, that's amazing. Thank you, Shai. And I think that now answers Marian's question as well.
Yeah, that was the perfect answer.
Perfect, yeah.
What's going on, but I actually know what you're talking about, so that's lovely. Thank you very much.
Brilliant. This is why we have Shai, the man on the moustache, you know? Okay, that's great. Okay, so look, I mean, I'm learning lots of new things tonight, which is fantastic. Thanks to Lee and to Shai. One other interesting fact for all of you. Now, Alex Shea, you're here. Alex discovered the other day that he was able to buy splits directly from Mexico.com.
Yep, and it's working.
In the premium pool.
Yep, and in the gold pool as well.
And the gold pool. So although we've been told all this time we can only buy the splits from the smart wallet, Alex, literally 2 days ago, he bought his premium splits from Mexi directly.
Yeah, and 2 different accounts, and it worked.
And it worked absolutely fine. So that's interesting. I don't know if they're probably not aware.
Not just that, I did it even for the guys from my team. All of them buy it from Mexi.
Okay.
Yeah,
there is a little issue here. I want to speak about that. You can buy the split from each wallet you want, but there is something that you need to put your eyes on. When you buy it from the smart wallet and you scan the QR code, it's put automatically the amount and the smart address. Okay? Yeah. But if you made it, like say, for Mexi, CoinW, and never mind what other wallet, you get less the fee of the transaction. So from the Mexi, they charge fixed fee of 200 smart. So if you need to add 200 more smart from the Mexi, that the transaction is going to fill. So I tried back in March.
Very shy, not to confuse anyone for a moment. When you buy from Mexi, you're only using the Ultima token because Mexi does its own calculation in the background. Okay, so you don't actually need to hold smart in Mexi to buy.
But they take in Ultima as fee.
They take the fee as Ultima, and they do their own. Calculation. So just so people don't get confused, if you buy from Mexi, you're only using the Ultima coin. But what Shai is saying, you need to add a little bit extra for fees. That's all. Okay.
Not a little bit. There is a fixed amount that it's 0.0018. This is exactly the amount of the fee from Mexi. So if you don't the amount directly, the exact amount, the transaction will cancel. You need to go to the support and tell him. They send you an email with a link that you need to click and claim your money back, and you need to make the transaction again. But if you make it again and again, you lose of the fee of the transaction.
Yeah.
So you must put your eyes on the transaction fee to edit.
Yeah. So my point was mainly that you don't have to buy your split through the smart wallet. You can buy your splits using the exchanges, but yes, be warned, you have to add extra for the fee. That was just a point I wanted to make to everybody. So if it makes it simpler for some people, but like Shai says, if you use the smart wallet, it will do the exact amounts, and then you don't have to worry about that. But it was just something that Alex and I learned the other day.
To calculate, because when you put the amount of the Ultima, it shows the amount that will be transacted. Yeah. So you can always look about how much you give more Ultima until it gives the direct number that you need.
It's not difficult. It's really, really easy to buy splits from Mexi. Very, very simple. So I'm just putting that out there that you can actually buy splits through the exchange. You don't have to do it from your smart wallet. So even if you don't have smart coin, you don't need smart coin to buy a split because you can do it from Mexi. But you will need smart coin anyway later to claim your rewards in the smart wallet. Okay, but I just wanted to put it out there that we've all been under this illusion that you have to buy them through the smart wallet. That's not true. You can buy the splits through Mexi and the exchanges as well. Okay.
Yeah, but if you think about it, the smart is very cheap now in the market, so you can just buy smart from the market and don't touch the smart from your balance, because I think it's more valuable on the balance than the market right now. And just
that's another really good point, Alex. So people who have smart coin in their balance and PLC swapping, that's valued at 10 cents if you swap it into one of the pools. Whereas if you want smart transaction, you may as well just buy it off the market because it's so cheap. Yeah.
That's what I'm to all my team, and not just my team, to others' team as well. I'm just saying them buy from the market the smart because it's very cheap right now, and use the smart on your balance to more to other things like the roller pool, or if you want the smart pool.
I think what will be interesting is when those pools are launched is the debate around which coin we think is going to be more successful, or which coin do we think is going to see the rise more than the other. And that's something none of us know at the moment, whether it will be Ultima or smart.
Yeah, but if you look in this, like, from Alex's view, right, it's more working all of his ecosystem working on the Ultima. Yes, he's telling us that he's going to work on the smart rising. That's why he's going to stop the payouts from the smart to rise the smart. It's better for us, but we'll see what's going to be a year later when we get this, if he will open the smart or not.
Yeah.
So we still need the Ultima, and if someone really believes that the smart going to rise, so better to buy from the market. Take how many smart as you can from the market, put to your wallet, use it to freeze or put it in the staking, no matter what, or just hold it, and the smart from the pool, just take the royal split and you get Ultima, so you get both of the coins, smart and the cheapest now in the market, and the Ultima get from the royal pool.
Okay, so what I'd like to do now, thank you for that, Alex. What I'd like to do now is just quickly go to the chat. Let's look at the questions. So I think we've answered your question now, Kelly. So yes, the smart pool is different from staking. Claire's asking what is happening to the farms. Yes, so the farms at the moment have still not. So this Ultima farm still haven't been reopened. Do we have any update on that at all, Lee? Is that gone quite?
Nothing. Never heard anything on that.
I think right now he's sorting out smart coin. He's doing all of this right now. Once this is done and this is all launched and done, then he'll come back to the Ultima farm, I'm sure. Now, Lee and Shai and Jim, who are all on this call, they're all going to be in Budapest next weekend for the event, the Hungary event. So hopefully Lee and Shai will come back with more information, and hopefully there'll be other announcements around that. And obviously, Lee, when you're there, you can ask Terry directly about that, what's happening with the Ultima farms. Okay, and then Kelly says she thought she heard that the smart split were coming out in August, so that might be that date, Lee. So maybe what it was is the smart pool will open, we swap into the smart pool, but we won't get the daily rewards until the 1st of August.
Possibly, yeah, I agree.
Is that what you heard, Kelly? Is that what you understood? Yeah. Where did you hear that, Kelly? Was that
you know what? I can't actually remember whether it came from Alex or it was a presentation, I think.
I think it was in Alex's voicemail about that. To be fair, I didn't listen to it absolutely thoroughly, but now that you've said that, Kelly, that does make sense, because I was just putting two together and believing that the pool that I did in Smart was that smart pool, but it's not. That's totally separate. So now that makes sense, actually.
Yeah, I read that.
And the Royal need to start from the 1st of the 7th, and the phase 3 of the staking need to start on the 1st of August.
Okay, well, look, we'll get more clarity on dates as we go, I'm sure. Okay, as he launches the pools and things are launched, dates will become more clear. Okay, so do we have any other questions, or can we call it a night on that? Everyone good with that? Thank you. Thank you so much, Lee, as always. Thank you very much as well. Yeah, really good to have both of you sharing all your knowledge on this with everybody. Lee will put out the recording. So anyone who's not seen this, please share it with your teams. And please just keep coming back each Thursday evening, because as you know, each week things will keep moving and things will keep progressing, and we'll have further updates.
Joanna, when the freeze is smart, right? For a year, when the freeze is smart for a year, right?
Yeah.
And you still got smart coin swapping across, you can still use those coins in the smart to still for gas fees, yeah?
Yeah, the whole point is when you're staking, as we showed everyone, David, is that those smart in your bandwidth and energy will be used for, hang on a minute, Shai, will be used for your transaction fees if you have enough in there.
Yeah, but you're still minting is
yeah, so you can stake in the pool. So Shai, what's this one? So 1st of July, that's when is that when the smart pools, the claiming reward starts?
Yes.
Okay, there you go. So
the smart and the royal too. Together, the smart and the royal together, right. and I think after the promotion of the premium pool will end on the 7th of the 6th, they will start maybe some kind of promotion about the Royal and the Smart.
Right,
this is my thinking.
1st of August is not the date for claiming rewards. It must be...
No, the 1st of the 7th.
Yeah, it's 1st of July, claim rewards, and that'll be from the Smart Pool and probably the... Well, it hasn't mentioned the Royal Pool there, but Smart Pool at least.
The Royal Tour, the same date. He said the same date.
Oh, all right, so there we go. So we've got a key date. 1st of July, we'll be able to claim our rewards from the Royal and Smart Pools, and in the next few days, our PLC swapping platform will be reopened so we can decide what to do with our balances and whether you're going to buy splits in the Royal or the Smart or both. Okay? Yeah. So definitely next Thursday. Now, next week, Lee, Thursday, you're going to be in Hungary. You're going to be in Budapest by then.
Yeah, I will be. I don't know. I'll still do it.
I can't hear you, Lee. You just cracked up there. Say that again.
I said I'll let you know if it's still on. If I've got any information, I'll do it. If not, I'll just wait a week after.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, we'll be in touch anyway next week, and
yeah, of course.
Decide what to do next week. Perfect. Okay, everyone. Well, look, thank you so much for joining this evening, and sorry if that seems a bit all over the place tonight, but as leaders, we ourselves are trying to keep on top of everything and trying to make sense of everything as well. So again, thanks Lee, thanks Shai. And we'll see you all next week, hopefully. Take care, everyone.
Thank you, guys.